This is Oaxaca, a city that lies in Mexico's central valleys. It's famous for food, and one type in particular. Chapulines, otherwise known as grasshoppers. You might think it's a really weird idea eating insects, and I must admit the first time I tried them I thought it was a bit gross. But once you get over that thought, they're incredibly delicious, and they're full of protein. So these ones are natural, no flavouring at all. These ones have got chili all over them, they're really, really good. These ones are with mojo de ajo, lots of garlic, they're absolutely delicious. And these ones are just sal limon, salt and lime. And apparently the biggest one tastes the best. Look at that one. Delicious. But if grasshoppers don't float your boat, Oaxaca has plenty more recipes that will, like the best pudding in the region. This is Mariana Emilia Arroyo, my friend from Oaxaca, and a big fan of flan. So, this is the best flan in the whole of Oaxaca. This is what I hear.
Sure.
Yeah.
Incredible dessert, because principal ingredient is vanilla.
Vanilla.
Grow in Mexico.
Yes.
Special in Veracruz.
Yes, I've been, in fact, to the rainforest in Veracruz, and I saw them growing the vanilla.
And the flowers, the tree.
Yes.
Incredible.
And the smell is intoxicating when you go there. So this is the fantastic thing, is that the main ingredient of flan, obviously there's the cream and the milk, but the scent of the flan that makes it so intoxicating is vanilla. So it's a totally Mexican ingredient. I love that in Mexico there are all these edible flowers and with the smells, the scents, the fragrances, and you can eat them. You know, there's a vanilla flower, the hibiscus flower, and then the rose petals, and all these flowers you use to decorate your food. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, my mom made flan because in her home grow vanilla.
She grew. So your mother's from Veracruz.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So this recipe of flan is passed down from your mother, who actually comes from the region where they grow the vanilla apple.
Yeah.
Right, I have to try this. Delicioso. Está riquísimo.
I can eat all.
Yeah, I think I could eat maybe 2 even. Here's one of my favourite recipes that uses vanilla and rose petals. Whether it's making soft drinks with hibiscus flowers, soups with courgette flowers, or puddings with rose petals, the Mexicans love a bit of floral in their food. And rose petals are absolutely wonderful with plums. But this recipe, poaching fruit, works well with any fruit that's in season. Nectarines, peaches, pears, anything you like. So I'm going to put my pan on right now, and I'm going to put all my plums face down, like this. And the joy of this recipe is it's very little work, but the end result is not only beautiful, but it tastes absolutely wonderful. And to this pan, I'm going to add a little bit of water, so they have got some liquid to poach in. There we are. I'm going to sprinkle them with some icing sugar. And I like not to overdo the sugar too much, so the fruit is ever so slightly tart, which is a lovely contrast to have with some Mexican wedding cookies, which I'm going to serve these with. And now for a little bit of rose syrup, which adds a wonderful colour, and a little bit of the scent of rose petals. In it goes. And I've got some roses here, and you can always add a few whole rose petals, which will also look really beautiful. Finally, all I need is my vanilla. Vanilla is originally from Mexico. It grows in the rainforest in Papantla in Veracruz, and it's got the most wonderful fragrance. It's kind of got a really subtle, haunting flavour, I always think, and it's so good in puddings. So I'm just going to put my knife in and run it down the middle so I can split it in half lengthways. And I'm just going to tuck it under some of these plums so I get all the lovely fragrance from it. There we are. All I need is a touch of sharpness for all that sweetness. So I've got a lime here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of zest in. You don't want any of the bitter white pith, just the green zest. And the juice, just to add sparkle to all the flavours. and it smells fantastic. So now we're going to cover it because we don't want to lose any of that moisture in the pan. So I'm going to cover it with some greaseproof paper. So I'm just cutting out a square, and I need to fold it over, and just fold it over 3 more times, like so, till you make a dart shape. Now you put the tip of your dart into the middle of the pan and just measure out to the edge like this, and that's where I need to cut. And this is what French chefs call a cartouche, but it's really just a cover to keep the moisture in. And I'm going to poach these now for about 20 minutes until they're soft and tender. So my plums should be cooked by now. Let's have a look at these. That vanilla smells incredible and they look fantastic. So let's put them on a plate. And look at that scarlet colour. Just fantastic. All this needs is a dollop of creme fraiche and a couple of these delicious Mexican wedding cookies. A little bit of lime zest. And there we are, vanilla poached, rose scented plums. Maybe fruit, it may be simple, but it looks glorious. It tastes good too. Now, how can I go to Mexico without seeing their favourite sport? This is lucha libre, otherwise known as free wrestling. These guys are jumping all over the place. I think they're full of red hot chili peppers. The good guys are called los técnicos, and the bad guys are called los rudos. It's a great way to spend a Saturday afternoon.